2 balloon decks made the top 4, and today it seems like we've seen a lot of poison. We actually have 3 poisons between the 4 finalist decks. Actually, wait. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Because Justin runs Fireball in one and Poison in the other. And Juan has opted to make Poison one of the cards in both of his decks. Remember, both players have to bring decks. They bring 2 decks each, and they have to be 4 cards different. It's crazy that 4 Questions, or Juan, thinks so highly of it that he's put it in both decks. So here we go. We're going to the finals. Justin opens up with a Hog Rider right off the bat to see what he does. We got Justice Skeletons coming on the other side. The Skeletons, it's interesting. Justin decided not to zap them, but it's... So the Hog took their damage and didn't do too much. Only 1 Hog swing. Not too bad. That's Justin's play, buddy. Fireballing those Elixir Collectors as soon as he sees them. So this will be... We got the Fireball variant of Justin's deck. We got 1 Elixir Collector out early, though. Even though it got Fireballed, since it got Fireballed on the opposite tower, I actually think that's okay. I think really what 4 Questions wants to see out of this, and we're not seeing... This is not the Golem deck. This is the Trifecta Poison deck. So we're seeing this Trifecta Poison deck that is so popular at the top of the ladder. Against Justin's variant, it's not a Trifecta deck, but it's definitely a Hog Rider variant that's become very popular. Oh, no. No, that cannon play. So the cannon was played correctly on the right side so it would draw the Hog Rider over, but it played a little too late and didn't draw the Hog Rider, and actually the Hog Rider was out of range. It didn't even fire. 3 wasted Elixir on 4 Questions side. Let's see if that has a huge difference in the match or not. Once again, Fireballing. Justin has no interest in dealing with Elixir Collectors. What's interesting is that he's passing up the opportunity to Fireball things like Musketeer, Hog Rider, Valkyrie. Like, you know, sometimes you see the Trifecta decks putting all of their big units all clumped up and you can Fireball that. It seems like Justin says, I don't even care about Fireballing that. I'll just fight those things. Let's just make sure he never gets the Elixir Collector going. Very good. They got the whole Trifecta, the whole squads together with the Poison in there. The Poison's going to go ahead and kill the Goblins, I expect. Not going to kill the Ice Wizard, but he gets 1 shot, 2 shots? 2 shots before dying. And actually, the game's kind of even up there. Those 2 Fireballs on the Elixir Collector did some damage, but we'll see if that damage actually matters in the aspect of the tournament. Here comes... I actually like how that Musketeer lines up against that Ice Wizard, but the Minions come in to distract. Minions have also been a very popular card this week's tournament. Let's see if this cannon gets placed a little better. It does. It gets placed not so leaning on the right side, but at least it catches it. And that Fireball is not used on the Elixir Collectors, instead used on the cannon and the Valkyrie. I actually don't think that was the greatest thing that could have happened. This Valkyrie's in a really good spot here, chopping up both of those cards at the same time, and 4 Questions was able to get his Elixir Collector out. Does he get a second Elixir Collector out? He does, and it's actually, I think, far enough apart where they can't both be Fireballed. They could both be poisoned, but 4 Questions already knows there's no poison in that deck. So here comes the Goblins getting chewed up by the poison. The Ice Wizard gets beat up a little bit. Yeah, that's right. The Fireball hits, but does not hit both. Here comes the Elixir Collector, or the Valkyrie start to push up. The Hog Rider's going to the right side, gets pulled back to the center. Nice little split push there by Justin. Double Valkyrie. Now that Valkyrie has lived so long, it was played behind the King Tower, that both Valkyries can come in. And there's a Fireball on both Valkyries and the Musketeer. Very good defense. That actually is going to make a huge difference in the game. I do like... Oh, wow, and the zap there. The Musketeer gets through with full health. Well, the Hog Rider Musketeer here right after... Actually, no, we got 5 Elixir left. The Goblins come in, plus a zap to hold it up. Hog Rider... Oh, great timing on the cannon there. The cannon, while it takes a lot of damage and won't really defend against anything else, it stops that precious damage from ever getting onto the tower. We're in overtime right now, so every bit of damage counts. The next tower to go down will take game 1 of the finals. Here comes Ice Wizard pushing down on the left side. He opts to play the poison early. It gets the Minions and the Ice Wizard. It's funny, he's not even pushing right now. He's just saying, like, you know what, I'm not going to push. You do something. Those Goblins are also going to get chewed up by the poison. For 4 Elixir, that 4 Elixir poison just took so much of Justin's Elixir away. It took at least 5 Elixir out of Minions and Golems, plus doing damage to the tower. Look at this. We're just a poison spam deck at this point. It looks like we've abandoned many pretenses of hog riding on anyone, and instead just cycling poisons here. The Hog Rider forces an incredible defense. He's forcing those cannons to come down. What's really nice about forcing the cannons to come down is that cannon is 3 Elixir Justin spends on defense that can't counterattack. Can't ever push back. So what I really like here is that he's trying to keep him pinned. He's like, you have to keep playing your poison. You have to keep playing your You have to keep playing your cannons, which are never going to attack me back. I'm going to keep poisoning your base. You can't do anything about it. Here comes another big trifecta. Will the poison come down? He doesn't have 4 elixir. He's about to get 4 elixir. Does the poison come down? It does. So the poison comes down on the cannon. Oh no! The Valkyrie just chops it up. And well, we said good game earlier on Juan's side. He comes back from the mistake and steals it from last week's champion to take game 1 of the finals with a trifecta poison deck. Guys, I cannot say enough good things about the trifecta poison deck. The most popular deck at the top of the ladder. Almost everyone in the top 50 plays a deck or is familiar with that deck. Maybe not play it themselves. Very familiar. Congratulations to Juan in his first top 8 going up against a big name opponent and taking him down. But here's the catch. He no longer can use his trifecta poison deck. 4 questions Juan will have to win at least 1 game, and maybe he has to play the next 1 to 2 games and win 1 with a Golem poison deck. The deck that I talked about in the pregame show is something I'd love to see do well at the Super Magical Cup, and here we are. It all comes down to can Juan win 1 of the next 2 games with his Golem poison deck to unthrone last week's champion, Justin, who made it all the way back to the finals. Justin, you're awesome too, because you've won at least $300, maybe over $400 playing Clash Royale in the last 2 weeks alone. Here comes a Hog Rider down. He's got the Elixir Collector in his opening hand. Very good place for Juan to be. Doesn't seem like Justin has a Fireball or a Poison, or I think he would have played it because he's been doing that so regularly. Maybe he's just switching his strategy up and opting to not do it this time. Felt that it didn't really pay off last time. He's going to save and hold that Poison.
Let's go.
So here we go. We got an Ice Wizard coming against the Princess. There's the Fire. Does Justin play Fireball in both? Maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe he doesn't play Poison in either of his decks. Maybe Fireball's in both. My bad. I said earlier that Poison was in both decks. I thought Justin had a Poison variant, but I guess not. Or no, hold on, I'm sorry, I'm dumb. Justin lost. He can stick with the same deck. My bad. So the loser doesn't have to switch decks. The winner has to switch decks. So we know that 4 questions is on his Golem deck. Justin opts to stay with the same Fireball deck and not switch to his other variant. I actually think Juan is in a very good position against this deck because this list has Mini P.E.K.K.A. Mini P.E.K.K.A. is one of the hands down, no questions asked, best cards against Hog Rider and even against Valkyrie, to be honest. So I really think that if Juan uses his Mini P.E.K.K.As smartly, doesn't just throw them away on offense, doesn't lose them too much, it's going to go really well for him. So far though, Juan's in a great position. He's got both Elixir Collectors out. Even though one just got Fireballed, I could see him playing his Golem now. He does play the Golem, and so here we go. We're going to be seeing a very huge push in the next few minutes. It's all going to come down to, can Justin defend that push very well? There's only 1:15 left. By the time this Golem is killed finally on the other side, there might only be like 20 or 30 seconds left in the game. So this is kind of the tournament is in this upcoming battle. What will happen? You can see them both gearing up for war. They're getting their support units behind the big tank. Got the Poison down to help work down that cannon and the tower. The Mini P.E.K.K.A. on defense ends up getting killed very quickly. There's a Mini P.E.K.K.A. on offense that is actually getting damage. It gets killed by the Ice Wizard. Great splash damage. Only had a sliver of health left. The Golem blows up, and here's a second Golem coming in. Will this be enough? These two the minions are coming in. The second Poison comes down. The Golemites are tanking. Here comes a splash damage on the Ice Wizard. The Ice Wizard's dead, and Justin doesn't have anything on the board right now. What's he gonna do? There's 37 seconds left. He's about to lose the tower, and he's got almost a full elixir health left. This push is pretty much squandered. Like, there's not really gonna be anything left here, and you can see Juan just putting the Elixir Collector in the middle just to buy some time. He's like, even if you Fireball, it's like, whatever, that's 4 elixir you're not gonna kill my tower with. Skeletons, everything is just desperation defense right now. Hundreds of dollars are on the line in the next few minutes. 15 seconds left. Can he take down this tower? The Elixir Collector's in there. The Poison's there to stop the push. Fireball was used to try to break it up. Didn't work. Good game, Justin says. That is an incredible play. Juan 2-0's the defending champion. Back-to-back games. Incredible. With a deck that I love seeing. Nothing is more fun than watching Golem Poison decks. They are so big. That is the first, I believe, the first Golem deck we've ever seen in a top 4 of Super Magical Cup. It goes all the way to the finals. Congratulations, Juan. Congratulations.